Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. This is Mr. Payne bringing you Variables and Expressions, Unit 1, Lesson 2. Algebra is a process of using the properties of numbers to manipulate unknown or changing quantities. These quantities are known as variables and are often represented using letters to distinguish them from numbers we don't know. When we group or combine numbers together, we get what is known as an expression. Expressions. An expression is any combination of numbers that we know and ones that we don't know, which are variables. An expression does not have an equal sign. So I would like you to write that in there real quick inside your little box. No equal sign. And you can abbreviate it. I have no problems with that. So exercise number 1. Review order of operations by giving the value of each of the following purely numerical expressions. Do these without a calculator in order to review basic middle school number concepts. So a couple words I want you to understand in there is evaluate numerical expressions. This is an expression. There is no equal sign. So I'm going to start off with C for you. 8 minus 6 is 2. Negative 7, parentheses, 5 minus 3 is 2. Now, I took care of the parentheses first. Now I'm going to multiply. 4 times 2 is 8. Negative 7 times 2 is negative 14. 8 minus 14 is going to give me a negative 6. I'm going to jump to F. I'm going to do this guy first, because I don't like having a fraction inside a fraction. So negative 16 divided by 2 is going to give me 8 plus, it's negative 8 plus, now I'm going to do 5 times 2, which is going to give me 10 over 8. Negative 8 plus 2 is going to give me 2 over 8. And 2 over 8 is going to simplify to 1/4. How did I get 8 down on the bottom here? 2 to the third power is going to give me 8. I apologize I didn't show you that. So 2 to the third power means 2 times 2 times 2, which gives me 8. Exercise number 2. Explain the calculation that each of the following expressions involving x. So what's going on with x? Well, I'm going to write for A 3 times x minus 8. B, I wrote a number minus 4 divided by 2. And C, 4 times a number squared minus 8. Don't get too crazy with these 3 examples, and don't make it too complicated. Just take a look at what's going on in each one of these to x. Well, for this guy, it's a number squared times 4. So 4 times a number squared minus 8. And do it left to right. 3 times x minus 8. Or it could read 3 times a number. Both will be written and accepted. Exercise number 3, it says evaluating expressions, and this is what I kind of talked to you about before. It says finding the result of the calculations of an expression when all variable values are known. So evaluating an expression means to solve, plug it in and solve. So for this guy here, it says evaluate 4x minus 7 when x equals 3. First explain what calculations are occurring in the expression and then find its value. So it's 4 times a number minus 7. So what's going on to the x first is that it's multiplying by 4 and then you would subtract 7. So first of all is multiply by 4, then subtract 7. So plug in 3, so 4 times 3. Notice when I plug it in, I put it in parentheses. 4 times 3 is 12, minus 7 is going to give me 5. Letter B, evaluate the expression 8 minus 2x squared when x equals negative 3. So the first thing that I'm going to do onto my x is that I'm squaring it. Square it. Then we're going to multiply by negative 2. Then we're going to add 8. So let's do the math here. I have 8 minus 2 times negative 3 squared. And I really want you to pay attention to how I wrote that in there because this is a tricky example. This squared is just on the negative 3. So negative 3 squared is going to give me a positive 9. Negative 2 times positive 9 is going to give me a negative 18. 8 minus 18 is going to give me a negative 10. And I said we're going to add 8 here. I don't want you to get confused with that, so don't forget you can really write it as 8 plus a negative 18. Let's look at C. C is a little bit more complicated with the set of parentheses. So the first thing I'm going to do when I substitute that negative 2 in, I'm going to add 8. So add 8. The second thing I'm going to do is multiply by 2. So multiply by 2. The third thing, divide by 3. And then add 1. Let's work that out now. 2 parentheses negative 2 plus 8 over 3 plus 1. So 2 plus negative 8 is going to give me 6. 2 times 6 is 12. 12 divided by 3 is 4. 4 plus 1 is going to give me 5. Please make sure at the end of this video you go ahead and complete exercise number 4 so that when you come into class, that's what we can check. Don't panic just because there's a fraction there. It's a nice easy fraction of 1/2, and you can always remember to turn that half into a decimal. Have a great evening. Thanks for watching.